the ex-West Ham employee said on his Patreon today, and I'll quote what he said. So what was said last night from a source is that Arsenal have a meeting with West Ham winger Bowen's representatives next week. The mystery winger target is not just a one-man list, and Arsenal are exploring options. This won't be the first time that Arsenal have met with Bowen's camp. That was what was stated. Since then, though, I was looking for what the just trying to find this other report. You know, like you star things, and then you're like, where is it though? Hang on a second here. Let me just find this other report because I want to get it accurate what the guy said. So what the ex West Ham employee, who's a very credible West Ham sources, said is that there have been some talk that Arsenal want to make a move for Bowen. We have been told that the club have no intentions of selling, and in fact will be offering him a much improved contract when the transfer window closes. So obviously West Ham no, he's not for sale. We don't expect to sell him. We're going to offer him a new deal. Firstly, though, if a proper bid went in from Arsenal and real interest went into Bowen from Arsenal, do you think they could turn the player's head and change that situation?
For sure, 100%. You have to deal with the reality of the pyramid that exists within a league. Arsenal is a much more attractive destination than West Ham. So if Arsenal came in with a serious bid and showed serious interest in Bowen would be crazy to be like, no, because Bowen knows that, bro. Arsenal, that's a move up. That's a leg up from where I am at West Ham. It's no disrespect to West Ham and everything. They had an amazing season last season, but that would be a leg up. So if Arsenal showed real interest, Bowen's like, oh, wow, I have the chance to go to Arsenal. Then he'll go to the West Ham board and say, guys, come on. Now, maybe you're not handed a transfer. Maybe, first of all, you say, look, can I go? Hey, no, we're going to keep you. Transfer request, man. I've got to push it. I've got to now use tactics to try to force this move. Arsenal, how serious are you? We're really serious. What do you need me to do? What moves can I do to sort of force this move and really force West Ham's hand? And what do they always say? If a player no longer wants to play for you or wants to leave, you've got to work out a deal for you. And I'm sorry, if David Moyes, if he went to Moyes and he says, bro, I don't want to be here. I want to leave West Ham. I want to join Arsenal. Moyes would be like, I know you're good for me and everything, but look, it is what it is. Let's try and work out a deal. So it depends on how serious Arsenal's interest will be on your boy Bowen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with anything that West Ham are saying here. They don't expect to sell him and they want to give him a new deal. It's about that head being turned. I think West Ham fans have grown a bit of a chest because they're like, well, we've kept Declan Rice. And that's because Declan Rice hasn't pushed for that move. If Declan Rice this morning wakes up and says, right, I'm going to push to get out the club now, it changes the whole scenario, the whole situation. And the point is, if Arsenal make a move and Bowen says, you know what, I know West Ham are on a good run. I know West Ham are building a good team. Skamaka's coming in. We've got Declan Rice. But this is still Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal Football Club compared to West Ham. I know West Ham fans won't like hearing this, but you are talking night and day, chalk and cheese. Yeah. There's a differential on a massive, massive level. And Bowen will fancy himself. And listen, I've seen Arsenal fans go, I'd be a great guy to add to our bench. Bowen won't come in thinking I'm going to be on the bench. Bowen will believe that he can come in and break into this first team because whether it's Saka moving onto the left-hand side or him getting in front of Saka, he'll believe he can do it. Whether Arsenal fans think he's good enough or not is almost irrespective. The player will believe that's what he's coming to Arsenal Football Club to do. So I think if they really do meet with the camp next week, if they really do show a genuine interest in him, and that would be expensive, I think he's a very, very good talent. I'd love to see him get a move now because the thing with Bowen is he's not young. People talk about him like he's young because he's new, but I think he's 26. I want to say he's 26. He's 25. He turns 26 this season. Yeah, it's kind of like this is when you want to be making that move.
It's two years,
clubs. You want to be making that move and get it done. And whether he's better than Saka or not, I don't care. He'll go in there and really want to make it work.
The whole point, what we're saying is, you're coming in to try to prove you can be in there. And that's what happens in training. Ask any manager, what is the ideal scenario for every manager? I want two great players in every position. So that's player that's there. You have to keep looking over your shoulder. What I don't want is a player to say, I can play badly because what's the alternative? I want that guy so that if you don't play well, there's a guy who is starving and hungry to take your place. So Bowen coming in is just that anybody that drops off, he's going to come in. And if he comes in and does well, now you're benched. Now let's see how much you can hold your place by keeping up that high level. So you want, as many options as possible, because if Bowen plays well enough and another guy drips down, now you're a starter now. It's all about competition. So you have to breed competition by getting alternatives for every position, man. So
you absolutely need to, as you say. And look, West Ham, they just won't be able to keep him if Arsenal really want to move. Like the only way they keep him is if they price him out of a move, and then it depends upon the player how much that player wants to get out. The one element that will probably help West Ham is that Arsenal don't have Champions League football right now. If Arsenal had Champions League, sorry, my wire's a bit loose.
Oh wow,
yeah. It's weird when it moves. You can hear it. Yeah. Crazy, right? If Arsenal had Champions League football, I think it would be a very, very different scenario indeed. But they don't, like, the Champions League football was there. There'd be almost no stopping this if they went in for him. But it is definitely an intriguing one. And Arsenal, we obviously praised them earlier, but I think if they had one more midfielder and another good quality attacker into this team, Arsenal are going to be such a threat next year.
Yeah, I mean, no, Arsenal. Well, those guys that look good. I think if I think maybe like another defender, another attacker, maybe another creative. Because look, Odegaard is there, but I think another like a playmaker. Which is why I think that Dybala would have been pretty interesting if they got him, or like an Eriksen, just another guy to help create for a Jesus, Saka, and so forth. But I'll be real, man. I was super impressed with Arsenal, man. They looked good, man. They look good. Like they look like an actual team.
Yeah, they most certainly did.